Welcome back to the AI Guy podcast, the twice-weekly show where we test drive AI like it's a rental car, and we absolutely did not read the manual. I'm your AI host, and with me, as always, is Alex.
Quick reminder, this whole podcast is fully AI produced. AI research, AI script, AI voices, which means if we make a bad pun, you can blame the silicon, not your morning coffee.
And if the pun is really bad, just remember, no humans were harmed in the making of it. Today is our Thursday episode, so it's Tool Review Day, and we're going to answer a question every business owner secretly asks. Which AI assistant do I actually pay for, and which ones can I keep freeloading on?
We're doing a practical, wallet-aware showdown. 5 categories: best for daily writing, best for team collaboration, best for research, best for Google-centric shops, and best for I need this inside Microsoft 365 because my life is Outlook.
And we're going to keep it real. Pricing, what you get, how you demo it in a small business, and where the hidden costs sneak in. Like when one person's quick experiment turns into a monthly subscription hydra. Also, obligatory call to action before we forget. If you want AI for business reports and implementation playbooks, go to ai.advalorem.io. And if you want a free consultation, tidycal.com/advalorem/AI-guy. Those links are in your brain now. Sorry, that's how advertising works.
Not sorry. Okay, today's lineup: ChatGPT Business, Perplexity Pro, Google AI Pro, Google Workspace, because Gemini is now baked into certain workspace tiers, and Microsoft 365 Copilot options. We'll talk about Claude as a benchmark too, but we're going to focus on tools most SMBs already touch daily.
And we're doing this as two friends who run businesses, not as a lab. We care about speed, reliability, privacy defaults, team features, and whether your assistant helps you ship work by Friday.
Before we start, a very important running gag for today. Every time you hear us say the phrase per user per month, take a sip of water. By the end, you'll be hydrated and financially cautious.
And if you take a sip of coffee instead, you'll be vibrating at a frequency that only spreadsheet macros can hear. All right. Let's set the stage with the core SMB problem. Most business owners aren't choosing an AI. They're choosing where AI lives, in a chat window, in Google Docs, in Outlook, in a research workflow, or inside a team workspace with admin controls.
Exactly. And the best tool is often the one that reduces friction. The difference between AI you use once a week and AI you use 10 times a day is whether it's already in the place your work happens.
Which is why pricing is only half the story. The other half is what does it replace? If it replaces 5 hours of low-value work a week, it's cheap. If it becomes a shiny toy that writes motivational emails nobody reads, it's expensive.
Okay, let's do the first tool, ChatGPT Business. OpenAI's official pricing page lists Business at $25 per user per month billed annually, and they mention monthly plans for Business too, but the headline price shown is that annual rate.
That $25 number is a psychological sweet spot. It's high enough to feel serious, low enough that a 5-person team can justify it without a CFO intervention. Demo for an SMB. Take a messy customer email thread and have ChatGPT generate a structured response plus a mini action plan. Then, paste in a sales call transcript and ask for objections, next steps, and a follow-up email draft. It's basic, but it's money.
Here's where it shines. General-purpose writing and brainstorming, summarizing long stuff, turning chaos into order. If your business produces words, proposals, SOPs, support responses, this can pay for itself fast.
But you can still waste it. The hidden cost is usage without a workflow. If you don't define how you'll use it, you'll do what humans always do. Ask it 10 philosophical questions and then go back to doing things the hard way.
A practical tactic. Create 3 internal playbooks as prompts. 1 for sales follow-up, 1 for customer support triage, and 1 for weekly planning. That's it. Don't over-engineer. If you're using ChatGPT Business, your AI stack starts with repeatable prompts.
Also, data governance. When you move from personal plans to a business plan, you're implicitly saying, I want admin controls and a more appropriate default posture for company work. That matters if you're putting customer info in there.
Yeah, and this is where Val Kleyman's consulting work comes up a lot. The winning pattern is not pick the fanciest model. It's pick the tool your team will actually use consistently and safely.
Okay, tool 2, Perplexity Pro. This is the research-focused one. The Pro page lists $20 per month, or $16.67 when billed annually. If you're listening and thinking, that sounds like the price of 2 fancy sandwiches, yes, that's the vibe.
Perplexity is the friend who shows receipts. In business, that's huge. When you're making a decision, competitor research, regulation, market sizing, you don't just want an answer. You want sources you can click.
Demo for an SMB.
Still want you to click sources because we are not trying to start a rumor-based economy.
Tool 3, Google AI Pro. Google's subscription page lists it at $19.99 per month. This is for people who live in the Google ecosystem and want higher access to Gemini features.
The key difference between Gemini in a chat app and Gemini inside Workspace is like the difference between having a calculator and having Excel. Same math, different leverage.
If you're already using Gmail, Docs, Drive, Meet, Google is basically trying to make AI the default coworker in those surfaces.
Demo. Open a long email thread with a client and ask Gemini to summarize decisions, outstanding questions, and draft the next email. Then, jump to Docs and ask it to create a proposal skeleton with sections. Then, ask it to generate a simple timeline in a table.
Hidden cost. You'll start expecting every document to be perfect from the first draft. AI makes it easier to produce drafts, which ironically can increase perfectionism. Your new job is editing, not conjuring words from nothing.
Now we need to talk about Google Workspace pricing because this is where SMB confusion peaks. The Workspace pricing page shows the starter plan at $7 per user per month, standard at $14, and plus at $22. Those are the standard prices shown, and the page also shows introductory promos, so don't panic if you see multiple numbers.
And importantly, that same page says Gemini AI Assistant is included in certain places, depending on the tier. Starter mentions Gemini in Gmail and Chat with AI in the Gemini app, while Standard includes Gemini in Gmail, Docs, Meet, and more. So the plan you pick changes where the assistant actually shows up.
Translation for business owners: if your team lives in Docs and Sheets, Standard is the tier where the AI is more integrated. If your team mostly uses Gmail and basic storage, Starter might be enough.
Demo. For a service business, have Gemini in Sheets help categorize leads, summarize notes, and generate a weekly pipeline summary. For a nonprofit, use it to draft donor updates and turn meeting notes into follow-up tasks.
Hidden cost? Paying for seats that don't need it. You may have part-time users or roles that never touch Docs. Be ruthless. License the people who ship work.
Okay, Microsoft Corner. This is the I'm trapped in Outlook and Excel segment, which, by the way, is also known as most businesses.
Microsoft's Copilot pricing has multiple layers. There's Microsoft 365 Copilot for business licensing that's tied to eligible Microsoft 365 plans, and there are individual Copilot options. The key point for SMBs, Copilot is trying to put AI inside Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, not just in a chat window.
Demo. In Outlook, summarize a long thread and draft a reply. In Excel, ask Copilot to explain a spreadsheet like you're 5, which is basically how every spreadsheet feels at 8:30 p.m.
Excel, but make it emotionally supportive. Hidden cost? If your data governance and permissions are messy, Copilot can surface the mess faster. It's like turning on the lights in a room you haven't cleaned. Useful, but suddenly you see everything. Now, let's do the buyer's guide. If you're a one-person operator or a small team, here's a simple scoring method. Where do you spend most of your day? Gmail and Docs? Outlook and Excel? Research and decision-making? Or writing and brainstorming?
If it's research-heavy, Perplexity Pro is a clean win. If it's general writing and ideation across tasks, ChatGPT Business is the Swiss Army knife. If it's deep Google Surface integration, consider Google AI Pro plus the right workspace tier. If it's Microsoft 365 all day, Copilot is workflow lever.
Let's also talk about the stack approach. A lot of SMBs end up with one general assistant plus one research assistant plus one suite integrated assistant. That sounds like overkill, but sometimes it's cheaper than paying humans to hunt for facts.
Right. Example, sales team uses ChatGPT Business for outreach and objection handling. Founder uses Perplexity Pro for competitor intel and fast citations. Ops team uses Workspace Gemini features because they already live in Google Docs. That's not redundant, it's roles-based.
The joke is, we're basically reinventing the concept of software categories. AI didn't remove categories, it made categories feel like personalities.
And some personalities cost $25 per user per month. Siplotter.
We should do a quick how to demo in 10 minutes checklist for each tool. People love a checklist.
ChatGPT Business Demo Checklist. 1. Paste a customer email thread and ask for a reply plus next steps. 2. Paste meeting notes and ask for an SOP draft. 3. Ask it to generate a simple KPI dashboard definition for your business. Perplexity Pro Demo. 1. Ask for a competitor list with sources. 2. Ask for pricing page summaries with citations. 3. Ask for 3 positioning angles based on the research.
Google AI Pro Gemini Demo. 1. Summarize a Gmail thread. 2. Generate a first draft proposal in Docs. 3. In Sheets, ask for a summary of trends and a chart suggestion.
Google Workspace Tier Demo. Show how Standard Tier unlocks Gemini in Docs, Sheets, and Meet more broadly than Starter, because Starter is more limited in app integration based on the pricing page's feature mentions. Microsoft Copilot Demo. 1. Outlook email summarization and response. 2. PowerPoint first draft from a Word doc. 3. Excel explain this dataset plus formula help.
Okay, tangent time. Fun fact, SaaS pricing is basically a behavioral economics experiment where the subject is your executive function.
I have another fun fact. The phrase "build annually" has prevented more bad software decisions than any compliance training ever has.
It's true. Annual billing is like a commitment device. Yes, I will use this. And then you feel shame if you don't.
Which is why you should only annual bill the tool that is already part of your daily workflow. If it's not daily, stay monthly until it is.
Let's wrap with a what should you do this week section. Step 1, choose one workflow you hate. Customer support triage, proposal writing, lead follow-up, meeting summaries, and measure how long it takes you now.
Step 2, run that workflow through one tool for 7 days. Not 1 day, 7, because day 1 is always awkward. You're learning how to ask. By day 7, you know if it's real.
Step 3, if it works, write the 2-paragraph SOP for your team, when to use it, what not to share, and what good output looks like. That's how you turn AI from toy into process.
And if you want help choosing and implementing that workflow, ai.advalorem.io for reports and tidycow.com/advalorem/ai-guy for a free consult. Val Kleyman's team will happily tell you which subscription you can cancel with a straight face.
Final recap. ChatGPT Business is the generalist workspace, Perplexity Pro is research with receipts, Google AI Pro is for Gemini power users, Google Workspace tiers determine where Gemini shows up across Gmail, Docs, and Meet, and Microsoft Copilot is the AI inside Office bed.
And remember our hydration gag. If you drank water every time we said per user per month, congratulations, you are now a responsible adult with a slightly improved balance sheet.
We'll be back Monday with an industry deep dive. Until then, go make AI do one annoying task for you. That's the whole game.
Thanks for listening to the AI Guy podcast, fully AI produced, fully business-minded, and only mildly caffeinated. See you next time.